Slots are bot's memory. It stores the useful information from the user message, and we can access this information later on at every point of time. You store the values in the form of key value pair, means you give a name to your slot and assign a value to it. There are several type of slot. First one is your text slot, which stored or which handle string type of value. Second one is your boolean slot. In this type of slot, your stored value can be true or false and 0 or 1. Next one is your categorical slot. When you tries to split your slot into different categories like high, medium and low, then we use categorical slot. Next one is your float slot. It stores only decimal value. Next one is your list slot. In this type of slot, when you feeding more than one type of value into a particular slot, then we use list slot. Last slot is our unfeaturized slot. This slot is type independent. You can store any type of value in this slot. Most oftenly in development, we use unfeaturized slot because it also handles the exception. Now let's move to the coding part, that how we can use our own slots and store value in them. In this module, I am continuing with our previous example, because before storing values into slot, you have to do entity extraction first. Right now what I'm going to do is that users say, hi, I want to book a flight for 3 peoples, and then I'm storing the user information into our slot, which is our service and person count. Then making a reply to the user is that, hi there, you booked a flight ticket, please confirm your booking. This is the whole flow that I want to achieve. For achieving this, we first do entity extraction, and this thing we already done in our previous module. Now moving into our stories.yml file for declaring the conversation flow. For that, you first have to specify your story name, which is our entity float. Then specify the steps. And in intent you will say this is our entity extraction, and in action you will say action underscore confirm. So here I didn't use utter because utter is used to generate a response for static messages, and I use action because I want to generate a dynamic messages by doing some pre-processing on the user text. Now let's jump to in our domain.yml file. In this file, you need to declare the slots name and their type. For declaring the slots, you first specify the slots as key. Then slot name, which is our service, and the type. The type is our text for service, and for person count. One more thing that I want to add is that influence conversation. I adding this thing because it is a good coding practice. For type of person count, I'm using unfeaturized. And one more thing in this domain.yml you have to specify is that your actions, because your domain.yml should know what kind of actions or the dynamic messages you are going to generate. For declaring it, you first have to specify your actions as keyword and give a action underscore confirm, which is your name that I specify here. That's it. What we want to do next is to generate a dynamic response. How we generate? By simply writing a logic in our actions.py file. So this action file is bit complex to you, because for generating a dynamic message you should need to know some basic oops concept of Python, like what is inheritance and what is method overloading. I'm just uncommenting this part. Now what I'm going to do, I'm making a class of our action file, which is our actions confirm. So I'm making a class name action confirm, and this class is inheriting our action class, which have two method, your name and run method. And in our class we are just doing some method overloading right here. In name function you first return the name of your class, which is our action underscore confirm class, and in run method I'm writing our logic here. First we need to get information from slot, which is our service and person count. I'm making two variable. First one is service, and I'm accessing our slot by the help of tracker holding all our conversation for, and it's also able to hold slot as well. And second variable is our person count. That's it. I'm also printing our service and person count for debugging practice. If some error is come, then what kind of error is there. And I'm showing the message to the user by the help of dispatcher. Dispatcher has its inbuilt method, which is utter message, and utter message takes one parameter text, and this text is the text that you want to show to the user. So in Python, if you want to add your variable into text, then you need to use fstring. So I'm making a fstring text here, and it say hi there, you booked your person count, your service, and I'll say please confirm your booking. That's all. Now move to our next terminology, which is our forms. That's it for slots. Thank you.